We all have different experiences, so we all need different things for liberation. What I need to be safe in this world and to be at my own liberty in this world isn't the same as queer people who are also people of color, who also have disabilities. When I'm writing and when it turns into plays, it generally starts as a journal entry. I was having these feelings where I was like, I feel wrong, like on the inside, like something feels like cosmically, atomically wrong. And I started writing about like, if I could go in there and mess things up, like what would I find? The play was called Unstitch, and I started writing it at about the same time that PA Humanities In the Room was going on. For the In the Room challenge, like I was stopped on the street and somebody was like, hey, you want to answer some questions about the Constitution? And I was like, yeah, I can do that.
What I would bring to writing the Constitution is just more voices, having people of color, having queer people, trans people, people from low-income communities. That is what would be most important to me in shaping what will contribute to our country.
They weren't thinking about governing all of the kinds of people who lived there then, like let alone the people who live here now. And that's kind of like the Hamilton phrase is America then told by America now. That it's this like Founding Fathers rap musical, but it's a rap musical and it's all people of color. A lot of times, especially when we're talking Broadway, it can be kind of treated as a candy. It's just like, let's have fun, let's see the show, let's like chill and have a happy brain day. Theater is the way that we got to talk about politics. Theater is the way that we got to socially and politically engage. How beautiful is that? And then I got an email that was like, hey, would you want to come to Philly and record a podcast episode about the 14th Amendment? And I was like, yeah, I would. I think that sounds awesome.
I think the most famous line is that all men are created equal. And Anna, when you think about that phrase, all men are created equal, do you feel excluded from that?
It doesn't even attempt to include the diversity of the human experience. They did not think Black people were human. They did not think that trans people were human. Some people still don't think trans people are human. That's why we've got this like landscape going on that we do. And that's why people feel that they can treat other people differently, because they think that these people truly are subhuman. They don't believe us to be equals. Something about like the founding of our country, about our foundational documents, feels like atomically wrong. Like there's something that is like deep down built in wrong, in the same way that like I was having those feelings about like my state of being. And there's this want to like go in and like start tearing it apart and finding the piece that went so terribly wrong. I've always said that like my dream is to work in social justice through theater. And the experiences with PA Humanities have recentered some of my focuses. Ultimately why like I like writing pieces like this is that it opens something up in people that we don't normally have. Like I'm not normally gonna go up to a stranger and be like, hey, I think that being alive is really hard, and I think that I have all these feelings and I don't know what to do with them. But if at these shows, like, people were doing that, and they were like, hey, like, this is hard for me too, and I know what that feels like. This is important. This is like what I set out to be talking about and to be working in. It's an opportunity to engage so that we can keep moving forward and we can keep finding ways to change our operations and to change our day-to-day so that it's better and safer and more valuable. If we can actually be brave enough to dream of something else, what's the dream? We're not free until we're all free.